What if AI could handle all of your sales, customer support, and marketing automatically? Imagine an AI agent which helps you find new leads, manages your inbox, and even help you to book meetings automatically. Over the last few months, I've been building AI agents that do just that. And today, I'm going to show you how you can build your own without writing a single line of code. And we're going to do that using the platform known as Relevance AI. For example, I've built one AI agent which helps me find new prospect leads automatically and adds them into my HubSpot CRM. And I've built another AI agent which completely manages my inbox and responds to important emails. Let me show you how they work. So our first AI agent is a lead researcher, and it automatically finds new leads based on some criteria that I've set out for it. It pulls their contact information and finds the decision maker who's correct for this, and it adds them directly into my HubSpot CRM, where it would be up to me to follow up or reach out to them. The second AI agent is an inbox manager, so it's able to automatically categorize emails that are coming in and knows the difference between a newsletter or a marketing email and only responds to important messages such as from friends or business emails as well. My name is Sean, and I help people automate their workflows with no-code solutions and AI. And if you're interested in working with me, you can book a free call in the description below. In this video, I'll walk you through how you can build the two AI agents which I've just shown you. And by the end of this video, you'll have a full understanding of how to use Relevance AI. You'll know how to build your own AI agent, and you'll also know how to connect your AI agent to any piece of software that you're using within your business. So this could be WhatsApp, Slack, LinkedIn, Gmail, Pipedrive, whatever you're using, you'll be able to connect with it and automate it. Let's get started. All right, so we'll start off by building the first AI agent from the demo, which is going to be the lead researcher. But before we get into that, let's have a quick look around at the Relevance AI platform. So the first thing you'll see when you log in is something similar to this screen. At the top, you'll see some AI agent templates, which you can use. I would definitely recommend looking around in there because you can start to get an idea of how they are created and how they're made. The other feature I do like is this AI agent generator right here. I like to use this when I'm creating a completely new AI agent generator. And the reason why I like it is because it pre-fills some of the instructions that I can kind of work off from there, essentially. Beneath that, we have a few more templates, but I think the most important part for you to start having a look at is the tools section around here. And the reason why is because when you're building your various AI agents, their abilities are going to depend on what tools you give those agents. And some of these tools that you're going to be using will be available in here. And it also gives you an idea of what is possible with these AI agents as well. So I would definitely recommend just having a general look at this tool section here, seeing what's available and seeing what's already built. Oh, sorry about that. And if you don't see any tools that are sort of natively integrated into Relevance AI, you can do this with a webhook and make.com, which I'll also be showing you how to do during this video tutorial. So that's the main area there. Then on the left, we could see some of the AI agents I've created before. I like to name mine just because it's a little bit of fun. Beneath that, we could see the tools section. So these are the tools that I currently have within my own environment that I've given to my various AI agents. The knowledge section is good if you want to have one area of knowledge for your AI agents to refer to. Say, for example, you are building out AI agents for your particular company or organization. You could have various knowledge tables in here, and then the AI agent can go back and refer to those knowledge tables as well. Or if you are building an AI agent for your customer service, you could have all of your FAQs in a knowledge table as well, so it can refer back to those when it's replying to customers. The activity center is pretty simple, mainly for business and enterprise plans, but it'll just give you like a nice timeline of what your AI agents are doing. Analytics is the same, again, available for those higher plans, which I am certainly not on yet. But yeah, it just gives you an idea of the amount of actions that have been taking place as well. And here we have the integration section. So I'm just moving something off from my. And here we have the integration section. So these are a lot of the native integrations that you'll see for Relevance AI. As I said earlier, if you don't see an integration that you're really eager to use, then you can just connect it with make.com and a webhook, and that is really simple. And then beneath here, we can also see some custom API keys as well. So you can add in your own LLMs that you might be using as well. I would recommend using ChatGPT or I would recommend using the Open AI key or the Anthropotic AI key, just because it helps a little bit with your costs when you're using your own credits within Relevance AI as well. Okay, so let's get started building out the lead researcher. So I'll just show you kind of the nuts and bolts of it before we get into it. So I'll click on the AI agent here, and then we'll click on edit agent. So the first thing you can do is name your agent and give it a description, and it always refers to this when it kind of wants to know what to do. I always like to pick a little avatar for mine as well, just to personalize it and have a bit of fun. And I always name mine as well. I'm Nigerian, so you're going to see a lot of Nigerian names through here. Beneath that, we have the triggers section. So if you've ever used something like Zapier or make.com, triggers are the things that can make your AI agent begin to take action. And you can have these from a range of different sources. So we can see the native ones here: Gmail, Outlook, HubSpot, etc. You also have WhatsApp, but you need a higher tier plan for that, and LinkedIn. And then, of course, if you want to build your own triggers, you can do that as well. Next, we have the core instructions section, and the core instructions is where you give your AI agent the instructions on what you want it to do with the tools that you've provided it as well. I would recommend sort of building out the tools first, and also building out like a nice little workflow chart, just so you can kind of go through that and understand what you're doing before you jump into this. Otherwise, you can get a little bit confused. The flow builder is really just there to reinforce what you have within the core instructions as well. Really, you would be repeating what's in the core instructions, but you would just be making it a lot more visual. And you can also add some conditional frameworks as well. The abilities section is just some extra stuff that can kind of help your AI agent out. The one with organization, with labeling tasks, for example. You could schedule some messages. And then this final one, which I like, is you can escalate to humans as well. So if your AI agent ever comes across a scenario where they're not really sure of what to do, or the rules you've given it don't really apply to this particular action, you can escalate it via email or via Slack as well. And then here is probably one of the more important bits that you're going to be working with. And this is the tools section. So the tools are literally the tools that you give your AI agent in order to perform their job. Now, for where you want to think about your AI agent is, you kind of want to think of it as a human. If you were employing someone, you wouldn't want to give that person too many jobs. Otherwise, they might get a little bit confused. They might start using the wrong tools. You kind of want to lean in favor to specialization a little bit. So ideally, with the number of tools that you go for, I would recommend between 8 to 10. That is kind of the general consensus that I've seen. When I've been playing around with it, it seems like 8 to 10 is that limit that it hits. Anything past that, it starts to get a little bit confused. I would recommend, if you're working with a workflow that you feel needs more than 8 to 10, then you might want to start using sub agents. So as I said earlier, when I said you want to think of your AI agents as people essentially, and you don't want to give them too many tasks, when you feel like you you're kind of working your agent a lot with quite a few tasks, then what you can do is actually create a sub agent who will exist beneath that initial AI agent that it can delegate some of those extra tasks to. So, for example, if I wanted to create an AI agent, which was my marketing manager, for example, I could give it a bunch of tools which will handle my social media, which will also be able to plan maybe some of my email campaigns and write emails and things like that. And then I could also give it a bunch of tools that will also be able to analyze the analytics and report on that. Or I could treat it like a human. And if this was a real life organization, you would have the marketing manager at the top. Beneath that, you would have one person or agent managing the social media, another one managing the email campaigns, and probably another one managing the analytics as well. And then they would all feed into that top AI agent who is the manager, who'd be able to kind of manage that whole process as well. And it's pretty simple to add a sub agent here. You can just click on add, and these are just some previous agents that I've made here as well. And then for the advanced settings, you won't really need to go into this too much, especially at the beginner level. But yeah, you could just see things like suggesting replies. You can pick your LLM model as well, things like the temperature. But I wouldn't really touch any of this for now. Okay, so we'll skip ahead. So now what we'll do, you've had a look at the under the hood of the AI agent. So you simply click here, and here I'll just show you how it works. So this AI agent, what this AI agent will do is every time I ask it to go find me a new lead, it's going to go and find one based on some criteria that I've already set out. So I'm just going to put simply go. And we can see it's working in the background right here. Oh, sorry. Let me make that a bit more clear. Find a new lead for. And the other thing I do like about this platform is you can really start to speak to your AI agent as well. You'll see what I mean. Once it finds me a new lead, then I could say, what was the rationale behind this? What do you think I should do next? Yeah, you can speak to it literally like an employee, which is what I like. So we could see the steps loading here. And it's just performing these in the background, 6. And it's just going through all of the tools and the steps I've given it as well. And let's just take a peek at what it's done so far. So first, it's searched Google for some general companies. Then it's extracted the website content. Then it's researched the company and tried to find some leads and also some decision makers. It's verified the email. Okay, it's done that again. Still working. And we'll just give it a moment, but I might skip ahead with the magic of editing. Okay, so it's came back with a new lead, and we could see CVS Health. Okay, so it's found a little summary right here. It's even found a decision maker and their LinkedIn profile. It scored it as well, which is really good. And then what I've actually set it up to do is I've actually set it up to add this lead into my CRM, which I'm using HubSpot just for this example as well. So that's pretty much how it works. So now I'll show you a flow of what we'll be building, and then we'll just get straight into building. So here is a general flow of how the lead research tool is going to work. So first, it's going to research some prospects. So it's going to do that just by generally searching on LinkedIn or Google based on certain criteria that I've set. It's going to find some decision makers, then it's going to process them, and then afterwards it's going to add them into my CRM. Now, the scenario that we'll be doing this for is I want you to imagine I'm doing some outreach and I'm selling some customer service software to companies that are generally Okay, so in this example, the mission is pretty simple. Just imagine we're selling customer service software to SaaS companies and B2B companies, B2B role. And in my qualification for these companies, I'm looking for companies that are hiring customer support staff. And that's going to be my reason to contact them. So let's begin with that. So we'll start from scratch as well. So the first thing we want to do is click on new agent, or you could start off with the templates like I said earlier, and I'm gonna start here. So I want an AI agent that is good at researching leads. Researching new leads. Okay, so we'll enter that, and then you'll see it's going to generate in a second. Taking a big sip of coffee. All right. Okay, so it's generated a basic template. So we'll just click on finish building. It's got a few placeholders as well we can use, so we'll finish that. Okay, and then what we want to do is click on edit agent up here. I'm going to name mine, so I'm going to name mine Tina. Actually, no. We'll go for Dottie, the lead researcher. I'll just pick an avatar here. And then, yep, I'm happy with this description. So we'll go with Dottie right here. And this description is useful not only for the AI agent, but if you ever decide to make it a sub agent in future, it just tells the other agents how to interact with it as well. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start off with the tools. And there's a few tools we need. So we've got the first two there already. So we do want it to search Google for some general new prospects and some new companies. We do want it to extract website content just for details about the company, LinkedIn profiles, things like that. And then there's a few other tools we want to grab as well. So I'm going to click on add tool. And then I'm going to go with the company research. So these tools you can actually find within template section if you just search it. So they are available. So we'll go with company research. We'll go with decision making research as well. We'll go with the lead scoring here as well. And then we do have a HubSpot custom one, which I'll show you how to make in a moment. And we'll go research company and find leads. And then let me just double check my note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The search company and decision maker. I need an email verifier, so we'll find that one. Okay, so those are all the standard tools we have so far that we can use. And then what we can do from here is as we scroll down, we can also set up the permissions that we want them to do. So you have it on an auto run, approval required, or let the agent decide. Approval required is something you would probably use maybe if you wouldn't want it to send an email, for example, straight away or approve of certain actions. You can let the agent decide, or you can have an auto run. For this example, we're going to have an auto run on all of them. So we'll just set that. Okay, and then there's one more tool we need, which is the tool that we're going to use to actually add some of those leads into our CRM. Now, we can't do that natively within within HubSpot. So we can have a look at one I've made earlier. So this one is called HubSpot Contact Creation. I had to make that myself, and I'll show you how to do that right now. So the first thing we need to do is just go into make.com. So I'll just log into that. All right, then once we're logged in, you just want to create a new scenario. And the scenario we want to create is a webhook. So what this webhook is going to do is it's going to allow the AI agent to send data into this webhook, and then make.com will be able to pass this data into make.com. And you could use this for any other action or other piece of software that you might be using as well. The logic is completely the same. So we'll click on webhook response. I might have clicked the wrong one. Wait, have I? Just delete this one. Custom webhook. Yes, I have. So we'll create the webhook. And then we can name the webhook. So I'm just going to name this HubSpot 2. Save. And now we have a webhook here, which is pretty much ready to go, waiting to receive data. So now we need to go back into Relevance AI. And wait, we'll just save these changes for now because we're going to go and build a new tool. And we'll click on new tool up here. Create a new tool. Okay, so this is the menu where we can begin creating tools. So you're going to be using this a lot as you start to build out more of your AI agents. So the first thing you want to do is I like to just quickly name mine. So I'll just name it HubSpot. Add to contacts. You want to give it a description, so use this to adds contacts to creates a contact in HubSpot. And then for this part of the instruction is really important because it lets the AI agent know exactly how to use this tool. So use this to create a contact in HubSpot. Okay. All right, so the first thing we want to configure is our inputs. So what it's actually going to put into this tool to make it usable. So we'll start off with the first one just by clicking text like I've done here. And we'll name this one contact email. And then here, this is also important because it lets the AI agent know exactly what data to put in and how to use it. So this is pretty simple. The contact's email address. And then you just want to name the variable as well, which is good practice. So I'll name this contact underscore email. And then other piece of data that I'd probably want from this is the contact name. Enter the contact's full name. And then we'll just name this contact underscore name here. So we've got the name, the email address. I'm trying to think, do I need any other pieces of data? Not that I can think of for now. So we'll click on add step. And here is where we want to pull, actually, before we do that, we want the company name, of course. So we'll go with company name. Enter the company name. All right. And then we'll name this one company underscore name. Okay, so then the next step is our action step. So these are all of our inputs. So we have the contact email, name, and company name here. And then we want our action step. So you just want to click on add step. select API. We'll select post because it's sending the data. And then you want to go back to make.com and just copy that URL of the webhook. Paste it here. And then we want to configure the parameters of the webhook as well. So we have 3 parameters, which is one, the email. And then you want to enter the input here. Oh. And then we'll click on add another one, name, input here as well. And then we'll go with company. All right, so that is all done. So we need to give make.com an example. So what we'll do here is we'll just click on OK. And then we'll just say run this module only right here. And then if we go back into Relevance AI, we'll type in an example. So we'll go with, I'll just use my email here. It is the @gmail.com and my name. And we'll go with the company. And then what we want to do here is we just want to run the tool. The see that has gone through, that is accepted. And then if we go back into make.com, now what we can see here is we can see that data has been passed through. So we could see my email, the name, and the company as well. And then from here, what I will do is I'll select another module and we'll go to HubSpot. And we will create a new contact here. Update. Yep, there we go. And we'll see all the fields. And then we can just match the data from there to the relevant fields. So I'll select email here, as we can see. Find the name, company name. There we go. And then there should be a name field. So we'll just find that quickly. Okay. So I should have separated the names, but I didn't. That's fine. We'll just put it there just for this example. All right. And then if we run that module, so we'll just run it once. And then we'll go again. We'll just a different example. Email. Oh, forgot the @ so we'll do that one there. Sure, Craig. Extra W's. Okay, and then we'll just run that again. Okay, so you can see the data that's been put in there for Sean Craig. And then that's been passed through to HubSpot as well. So then from that point, it'll be up to you to do whatever you want with the email. If you have a follow-up tool that you might be using, you can do that and then kind of go from there. All right, so we'll just click save. And that tool has been built. And then just a thing to note with the tools, you could see this is an area where you can use the tool. So if you just want to test it or share it with other people, build is what we were in before where we're configuring the tool. And then the logs is just a history of what the tool's been doing. So we'll just click set. And then if we go back to our lead researcher now, and we'll edit. So now we should be able to add that final tool that we need. So let me write this called HubSpot. I've got 2, so don't mind me. Click on save. So now these are all the tools that have been created. The next important part is the instructions. So we do have these template instructions here, which are fine and can use this. We can use these various placeholders. But what I've actually found easier is just having ChatGPT open in a different tab and then giving it an idea of what I want the agent to do, the tools I've given it, and then just asking it to write me a list of instructions. So I'm just going to copy and paste what I've done there. All right, so I'll remove this, paste this. This is just what ChatGPT has created. I found pretty good luck with it when I've told it what the aim of the AI agent is. giving it all the tools with a short description of each tool might be a little bit of a longer process. I know other people are a little bit more efficient with their prompt engineering. I found that this has worked for me. So we'll save the changes. And then now, so we have the tools ready. Let me just double check the name of this tool. So I do need to just edit this name here because it's referring to another one. So we'll change the permission on that one. And we'll name it HubSpot Contact Creation. And it's important you get the exact names, otherwise it will get a little bit confused, like a person. And we'll scroll down to the end. And we'll paste the correct name here. Click on Save Changes. Oh, okay. So now we can exit there. And now we have this chat interface where we can interact with my AI agent. If you haven't selected a trigger, this is going to be the standard way to trigger your AI agent. So we'll start off by typing, find me a new lead. And let's see what we get. So we'll give it a moment. So you can see it's going to run through all of the instructions here that we previously sent it. It's going to go through all of the steps as well, like it's doing here as well. And then on the right, you can also have a look at how many credits it's spending, date, and then you can use the labels function as well. So we'll just give that a moment. All right, so now we can see it's found a new lead. So it's found the company name, the website, it's giving me the industry, see the job posting there, which is what I asked for. And then we can see the key decision maker and their LinkedIn here. And then, sorry about that, that has been directly added to my HubSpot account, which we could just have a look at now. Okay, so it turns out it wasn't added, and it's because I forgot to switch on the automation in make.com. So make sure you do that. Don't be like me. I have that switched on. Okay. So that is pretty much the first demo. We can go again if you want. Find me a new lead. And it's performing those tasks. Okay, so now it's found a new lead, which we can see right here. This is the customer support role that it's hiring for. Here's the decision maker. It's giving us a little bit of detail on it, and it scored the lead as well. And then if we go into here, we'll just give this a refresh. All right, so that is done. Now we'll move on to the second example that we'll be building, which is the email inbox manager. We'll just start that now. So again, it's the same thing. We'll start off by creating a new agent. Actually, before we do that, I'll give you a look under the hood. This one, I've really made it quite simple. I've only given it one tool. It's just the ability to respond to emails pretty much. Some of the methods are the same, but I'm sure as you do the last demo and this one, you'll have a good feel for the tool set, and then you can start to do some more advanced stuff from there. All right, so we can see Kunle, the email organizer. I've given it a short description here, but this time added a trigger. And the trigger is emails just landing in my email inbox, my email address here. And then we'll have a look at the tool. So the tool I've built for it is an send email in Gmail tool, really simple. I've left this one on approval required just because I want to have a look before it sends it. But if you were fairly confident, you can do an auto run. Other thing that you can do is if you are able to download quite a few of your emails somewhere, then you can add them to a knowledge base, and then the AI agent will get a feel for your voice and tone, and then it'd be able to respond exactly how you would as well. And we're just going to keep this one simple for the sake of this video, and we can go into sort of the knowledge bases in a future video. All right, so let's see this tool here. So let's just have a look at it from here. And we can see how it's built. So you want to open up the tool, click build. And with the email tool, there's a few things you definitely want to add in to one, essentially allow the AI agent to respond in the same thread, the same subject, where it all is all consistent as well. So what the first thing you want to do, this one's already pre-done, is you just want to click on text input here. And with the text input, the first thing you want to get is the message ID. So you want to keep some of these fields exactly the same as the way they appear within emails. But what you won't see when you're sending emails is there is a message ID actually attached to the email, and it's more in the metadata, and you want to keep this exactly the same. So first thing we can do is we should just type in message ID in cap locks underscore ID exactly how it is. And then the instruction you want to give is pass in message ID from the original email. And this just keeps it the same, and it makes sure it sticks everything within the same thread and the response is the same as well. Then you want to do a Gmail thread ID, which is the second thing you need for it to be within the same thread. Well, again, you want to keep this exactly how I've typed in here. And then you just want to give this instruction, pass in Gmail thread of the original email, just so the agent doesn't get any wild ideas. Then beneath that, I have email address to send to, which is email address of who you want to send the email to, which is pretty self-explanatory. You could also see how I've named all the variables here as well. So it's simple. Just clicked it and typed it in, email to send to. And I would recommend generally using this underscore format as what they recommended when you're kind of sign up and going through tutorials. There's a specific name for that kind of typing, but I can't remember the name. And we have the email content here as well, and the email subject as well, which is the third thing that you need just for it to be consistent and stay within the same thread. I've just named the email subject, and for this one, I've given a little bit of a more explicit instruction here, which is email subject. I can't spell subject, but I've just told it to keep the email subject exactly the same and don't change it, because you have to be strict with it if you want everything to be aligned. And then again, I've just name the variable as well, and always make sure you name your variables. It just makes things a lot easier as you go through as well. Next, we need to create the action step. So I've got a send Gmail one here, but I'll just show you how to do it quickly here as well. So you just click on add step, and then you can type in Gmail. I don't know why I can't see that here. So it is all right, there we go. There is the note. All right, so we'll just select it from here. Oh, all right, we'll try that again. Okay, there is a search bar. You can type in Gmail, and then you could send an Gmail email right here. And then the first thing you want to do is select your Gmail account, which you would have already connected to Relevance AI. And you can do that from the integrations tab. And then for the rest of it, then you want to match up some of these variables that we've seen up here to where it's going. So the to email, for example, click on new. And then where is email to send to? So that is that there. Email subject, you select that here. And then we also have the email contents here as well. So for this one, you just need to type in a double brackets, email contents, and then that is done right there as well. But I'm going to delete mine because I've already got one there, as you could see. And then the last thing you need to do is click on this setting buttons here. And we just need to enter the message ID right here. So we just need to match that through. And then when we scroll down, we also need to enter the Gmail thread ID as well. And then that is the tool pretty much completed. So we'll just save that. And just in case, I'm also going to show you where to integrate your Gmail account. So you just go to integrations down here. click on Google at the top, and then click on the plus, and then from there you can integrate your email address as well. Okay, oh, so I clicked the wrong one. So now we'll go back to the email organizer and we'll edit the agent. And again, I've created a set of core instructions in ChatGPT. I've told it what I want from the agent, and I've given it an idea of the tool that it's going to be using as well. So essentially what this is going to do is it's only going to reply to emails that it considers personal. So anything that could be a marketing email or a newsletter or anything like that is just not going to act on. And we could see those instructions right here. And it's also useful to give your AI some examples so it gets a feel for what you need it to do. Again, I could have used a flow builder as well, but this is just a beginner's quick tutorial, so we'll keep it light. And then once we click Save Changes right here, and we'll just accept. So now we can see it's already in progress. Here's some email alerts that have been going. This is a marketing email, so no further actions required. But now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to send it an email so we can see how it works. So let's do this. All right, so I've just sent that email now to my email address, so we should see that in a moment. And then the other thing to remember is there is always going to be a little bit of a lag, Relevance AI, just because it needs a couple of minutes just to process the action and then act on it as well. And with the power of editing, we'll just pause it. All right, so now that email has just came through. And this is the email I sent. Yo, what's up? How are you? Scroll down. I would see the message thread ID, and here is the response. Thank you for reaching out. I'll get back to you with a few more details soon. Okay, so not the best response. Obviously, you can improve upon that response, your prompting, and using a knowledge base as well. So I'll just click approve, and it's going to send that email. Okay, so that is pretty much that. So that is a beginner level tutorial on how to use Relevance AI. I hope that was helpful for you. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments below. Definitely looking at them, so I'll be happy to answer some of them. And I'll be creating a few more Relevance AI tutorials, so stick around for that. If you have anything you'd like to see, let me know. Also, if you enjoyed the video, hit like